Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do books I finished in one sitting. Yes, you heard that correctly. I am one of those people that if I get into a book, I will not move. I will sit and read it in one go and I'll think about it constantly and talk to everyone about it constantly and honestly just drive everyone in my family and friends wild, constantly thinking and talking about a book. So let's dive in, but also let me know in the comments any books you finished in one sitting. And I'm going to preface this. I often finish books in one sitting. I'm really bad like that. So the first one, of course, is The Deal. I read this back when it first came out. I want to say it was 2015. I feel like I need to check this. Yeah, 2015. And I have the original covers in my grandma's house. And then I reread it recently, and both times I finished it in one sitting. There's just something about Hannah and Garrett's story that absolutely draws me in. So Hannah Wells attends Briar University, and she is in love with this quarterback. He's a musician in the TV series, but he is a quarterback in the books. And Garrett Graham needs somebody to help him pass a class at university, and he is a semi-professional ice hockey player. Everyone loves him. Everyone wants to be with him. So he says to Hannah, I will fake date you to make Justin jealous so that you can get Justin and I can pass this exam. And she's like, yep, fine, let's do it. Nothing could possibly go wrong. We're not going to gain feelings for each other. Hannah also has some trauma, so she can't have the big O due to this really, I'm going to say it's much more traumatic when you read the book than they probably came across in the TV show. So yeah, she is trying to make her way through relationships and understanding how to be happy in her body again with the help of Garrett, and it is just the cutest thing you have ever seen. And every time I read this, it's dual point of view as well. I just don't want to put it down. The only thing that annoys me is the text messages. They're not bubble text messages because they were written in 2015. So if we are going to have a reprint of this, I know we've had the new covers come out, but yeah, let's just update it to the new bubbles, please, because we know I love a bubble text message. But this one, / the whole series, I would say this one and this one in particular from, obviously this is Dean and Ali's story, which is book 3, and yes, she is a blondie. These two in particular, just because of the trauma in this one, I did read them in one sitting and I couldn't put them down. I also read Face Off in one sitting. So I read this when it was originally indie published. It's now trad published. The first 2 books are out, so you can see Power Play behind me. And yes, I am collecting all of the indie and trad ones. I have a little bit of an obsession with Chelsea Curto. If you love Garrett Graham, you are going to love Maverick Miller. Just call me Mills Miller because he is the ultimate book boyfriend. And I read this in one sitting. So you have Emmy Hartwell. She is a professional ice hockey player, but in this world she plays on the men's team because there's not a professional female team, so they have mixed teams. I honestly don't know how it works, and I can't remember how they explain it in the story or if it even is explained, but you kind of just accept that and you're like, yeah, fine. She she gets herself in a situation where she turns up for practice. He's standing there, he's like, hey, if you want to hook up with me, I'm currently practicing, waiting for the new person, I think he thinks she's called, to start, and then we can go to my condo after. And she's like, honestly, you asshole, I am here to train with you. I love the way she smacks him down on the ice and off the ice. They go on their first game together and they fall into bed, and they just keep falling into bed with each other. Even though they say it's a one-time thing, it's never going to happen again, it does just keep happening all the time, and it is so good. It's so good. It's twisty, it's turny, it's got spice, it's got ice hockey men. He is so arrogant off the ice, and when he starts to warm to Em, he is such a little golden retriever around. He's whipped. He's fully whipped. So I definitely recommend this. I read it in one sitting. I couldn't put it down. And you do get, where is it? You do get the little bubble text messages. So I think that gets extra brownie points over The Deal for me. It's a little bit more modern. Then Is It Even Me if I don't talk about Fourth Wing? I feel like Fourth Wing is everybody's sit down and read in one go. So I was on a flight, I picked it up in an airport, I knew nothing about this series, I hadn't seen much about it online yet, and I absolutely devoured this. I remember getting off the flight and having about 2 or 3 chapters left and just sitting there and be like, no, I need to finish this before we go anywhere else. I need to finish this book. So this is Xaden and Violet's story, mainly Violet, but obviously we know we love Xaden Ryerson. So Violet lives in a world where you're trained as dragon rider, army, or you work in the library, and she wants to be a scribe. She has trained to work in the library. That's all she's ever wanted to do. But when she turns up to Basgiath College, her mother's like, well, I'm a dragon rider, your dad's dead, let's make you a dragon rider. And she's kind of sitting there like, why would we do this? I'm not built, so she has disabilities, I'm not built to be a dragon rider, I haven't trained to be a dragon rider, I'm definitely not going to survive it. If you don't survive it, you are removed from the world. Sometimes even the dragons remove you. It's quite intense. And also you have to then bond with a dragon. She's like, look at me, no dragon's going to want to bond with me. Then Xaden is from a family of rebels, so he has these markings on him to show that he is from a family of rebels, and he absolutely despises Violet. He wants to remove her from the world. He wants nothing to do with her. And then the story goes from there. I feel like each book leaves you on such a cliffhanger ending that you have to read them in a day. You also just have to read them in the day because the internet is awful and puts spoilers everywhere. Like the amount of spoilers I see, I'm like, don't go on TikTok until you finish the book in a day, and then you can do it. Like, honestly, this and the Hunger Games, when the new Hunger Games book came out, I was scared to go on social media. Now it's time for a little bit dystopian. Of course, I read these 2 books by Danny Francis in one sitting. So the first one is Silver Elite, the second one is Broken Dove, and these books have changed my brain chemistry. I love them. I actually think book 2 was better than book 1, which is so odd of me to say that, because normally when I'm reading a series, I hate book 2. So this is about a girl called Wren Darlington, and she is a mod, so she's modified. So she can telepathically communicate, she has some other skills as well, and in her world they are being removed. They're seen as like controlling, evil, you name it. And she just wants to survive. And honestly, this is the best book ever. If you haven't read dystopian before, it's such a good place to start because it's got a little bit of spice, got a little bit of romance, a little bit more adult than maybe some of the dystopian books I was brought up on. But I couldn't put this book down. Even more so this one. This one did make me cry, actually. This one probably should have gone in the crying video from last week. But yeah, she is forced to work in the army and to train to remove mods from the world. So she's literally, it's hilarious, but she's literally training to remove herself from the world. And she's kind of like, okay, this could go very wrong. But I absolutely love her for it. It is so good. It is twisty, it is turny. There's a romantic interest with a military man who also has a few secrets of his own. And honestly, I couldn't put this book down. I was obsessed with it from start to finish, and you will be too. Now, I feel like this one's going to confuse you a little bit, but I actually read 2 books in one go in a day. I did take these on holiday, so I don't know if you guys are the same as me, but when I'm on holiday and I'm reading, it's so much easier to read them. And the reason I'm saying 2 books in one go is because I actually tandem read these. So this is the Magnolia Parks series. You have the first book, Magnolia Parks, and the second book, Daisy Hates, but they're set on the same timeline. Technically, it was a reread. So the first time I read Magnolia Parks, I thought, this is really good, I'm really enjoying it. Then I went to read Daisy Hates and thought, I hate this. I can't stand it. It's just a repeated timeline. But actually, I got this one, read them on the same timeline, and thought, this is so much better. So if you look it up, you can do like a tandem read. So when you're following Magnolia Parks, these are Made in Chelsea Gossip Girl vibes. She is a socialite. She's in an on-again relationship with her ex, who potentially has cheated on her, and it's all unraveling in this story. At the same time, on the same timeline, Daisy Hates lives with her brother, who's kind of like in a mafia gang situation. And she's fake dating someone to make Magnolia jealous, not that it kind of works. And the guy she's fake dating, obviously she starts to have feelings for. Now, I love these. You have the most unhinged text messages because they just fill up like a whole page. I love it. But yeah, they do look big, but the writing is big. And actually, if you tandem read them together, it is a much better experience. So if books 1 and 2 you can tandem read, books 3 and 4 you can tandem read, and then you read book 5 on its own. But yeah, they are set in the same timeline, so I did read these in a day, and I actually love Daisy the most, and I think I would have hated her, and I know a lot of people don't like her, had I not read them on a tandem. I think you have to do it to enjoy her. I think I read most Cowboy books in one go, in one sitting, because I'm normally sitting in the garden in the sun, and I always read cowboy romance in the summer. I think everybody knows this about me. If it's summer, if Mills doesn't have a cowboy romance book in her hand, something is terribly wrong. Cash is my favourite cowboy romance book ever. It's about a guy called Cash Rivers and a girl called Molly. Now, Molly's father owns this ranch, and Cash thought he was going to take the ranch over. Molly wants nothing to do with the ranch, so he just assumed that Molly's father was going to leave it to him. Molly's mother kind of left a few years ago. She hasn't been around, and Molly hasn't seen her father in years. They got divorced. So Cash is like, there's no way she's going to be left the ranch. Like, her father has no relationship with her. So Molly turns up to hear the will reading. Not only is she left the ranch, to receive the ranch, she has to stay and work there for a year. Now, Molly owns a cowboy boot company, and she's trying to get that off the ground, and she wants nothing to do with the ranch. Now, the reason I read this in one sitting, and I absolutely love it, is 1, it's Grumpy Sunshine, which is my favourite cowboy trope, because you've got to have a grumpy cowboy. But secretly, the yearning he has for her is so good. It's so good. When you're reading it, you're just like, oh, he's yearning for her, he's obsessed with her. So when you get to his chapters, he's pretending to be this like really intense grumpy cowboy, but actually he's obsessed. And I just love it so much. And last but not least, oh, you can tell I've been sneezing, is Dear Reader by Tate James. This book destroys me. The first book in particular, I remember being sent an advance copy of it, sitting reading it and thinking, oh my lord. This book is something like I've never read before. Secret Societies, Dark Academia, yes, I've read it all before, but this one just, I don't know, really got its claws into me. So it's about a girl called Ashley. She attends a university, and when she's there, she joins a secret society that her stepbrother and his 3 best friends are part of. But she ends up in this really weird why choose situation, and also the secret society is trying to remove her from the world. And the trauma you're about to experience, you are not ready for the trauma. When I tell you you're not ready, you're not ready. It's intense, it's dark, it's haunting, it broke me. I cried so... Again, this should have been in the previous crying video. I forgot how much I cried at this. Like, I was like... crying so much. It's so good. So if you want to read something that's dark academia, like I've read Gothicon, I've read Nocticardia, I've read so many dark academia books, I can't even begin to list them all. This one just was so different to anything I've read. It's also a trilogy, so the trauma just continues throughout, whereas a lot of the dark academia books you read tend to be like standalones. I actually love the fact that you were committing to more than one book, and I really, really enjoyed this one for that reason. So that brings me to the end of books I could finish reading in one sitting. If there are any that you've read in one sitting, let me know in the comments below, because I need to add them to my TBR. And make sure you've subscribed and turned on notifications so you find when I post in the future. See you guys later.